again. Otherwise, she will lose it, and we have to arrest the guy. And imagine the trauma for that old woman, thinking she has found a safe person to keep her child with. The late father's brother is now the one molesting, bringing his friend to sleep with the girl. And even you as a parent, you never know how much violence you are capable of perpetrating when you discover your child has been abused. That's why we provide legal support. We act as guardian ad litem. We support parents to document cases with the Nigerian police. We have a good relationship with them. Nigerian Police Lagos State Command and the Family Support Unit, the Lagos State Judiciary and the Family Courts and the Sexual Offences Court, the Ministry of Justice, the Office of the DPP, Office of the Public Defender, DSVA, a whole lot of grassroots and religious organizations, NASFAT, the Church, the Christian Council of Nigeria. Now, this case that happened under the 1994, we're still under the military regime. The father was working in the US. This woman was a banker. She and her children were here in Lagos. It was a class teacher who was my friend said when he was changing the 8-year-old girl's clothes to houseware after school, he saw sperm and blood. And she said, what happened? He said his uncle, the driver. She called the woman. By the time the woman called him, no GSM mobile phones that time. They said the driver has gone to queue for fuel. There was fuel scarcity. This June 12th anniversary. She quickly said, neighbors, go to the nearest police station. See, and she took the girl. It's always dark at night when they are buying black market. They caught this man again in the car. He opened the girl's laps, but inserting his penis into her, in the driver's seat. By the time the woman shouted, neighbors were blaming her. You're a banker. You are more interested in making money. You are not taking care of your children. The husband scolded her. You are an irresponsible woman. If I'm not in Nigeria, the woman was battered, bashed all up and down. But she did something strange. That's why you see extreme or strange behavior. Be careful. She got the guy arrested. The family came to beg. They will always say it is Satan. And it pisses me off. When you stifle justice or you beg for a pedophile to be released, you are putting other children at risk and their blood will be on their hands. The same children, when this girl grows up and wants to get married, oh, do you want to marry that one that they've ruined that started sleeping with her? So meanwhile, they bought their ticket for summer. And the woman did something strange. She resigned her job. She didn't tell anybody, not even the husband. She sold the house. She sold her car. And she retained the driver. The day they were going to travel, she told the person who would buy the car, say, meet me at this eatery in Ikeja. On the way to the airport, come and collect the car. She took the children in the earth. Meanwhile, she bought rat poison. She now looked at the driver. You have not eaten. I've ordered food for you. And she poisoned the food. And she wrote a note, put it under the plate that by the time you are reading this note, I'm already out of the country. I decided to kill this man for defiling my daughter and everybody was blaming me. So she went out. She took a cab to put her luggage in it. She and the children went to the airport. The person that bought the car, she signed up and she left. The driver was eating. He started coughing out blood. By the time the canteen, the restaurant attendants came, called the police, her flight has taken off. So look at that progression. A law-abiding citizen became a first-degree premeditated murderer overnight because of the shock. She had no access to legal support, no access to psychosocial, no counseling, no social welfare services, and she relocated from outside Nigeria. Now, do you think that family will be the same again? And you see a lot of girls, they don't want to get married. I've seen a man say, I don't want to get married again because he was molested as a child. I've been conducting trainings in religious organizations and representatives of large, big churches. We say one of them came and said, Mr. Jayika, you changed my life today. Women used to be like tissue paper to me. Use them and dump them. Because when I was molested by my mother's niece, she said, what do you have as a small boy? This your small penis. She said, lie, Joe. And when these boys are crying, people will lie. You are a boy. And men don't cry, which is a lie from the pit of hell. Men have feelings, they have hormones, they have emotions. And when you suppress a child's feelings, they become hardened, they become wicked, cruel, and callous. That's why we keep having problems if we don't address issues very well. Let there be respect for our children. Children are not just recipients of instructions or care. They are God's agencies and God's representatives. We treat them with respect. Don't just share them. You go and spend holiday here. You don't know the lifestyle they are living. I've counseled small boys. I said, where did you learn this lifestyle? I said, when my parents are going out, they leave us with neighbors and they are Yahoo boys. They watch pornography. When they're an 11-year-old boy is an expert in sleeping with girls. Same thing for some girls. It's not a big deal for them. They are the ones now around. A teacher ran to me that he stopped doing home lesson. When the 9-year-old girl will start caressing him and will make it pleasurable for you. Because she's been exposed to illicit lifestyle. And the parents are unaware. The parents are unaware. So let us be very, very vigilant. When you see defiant oppositional behavior, some children are naturally rude. You see somebody as old as Nelson Mandela, people like you and I say, welcome, sir, welcome, Papa. And they look at the man from head to toe. Say, Mandela, how are you? And you are trying to correct them. They don't see the need to respect elders because those who should be protecting them, guide, charting the course of life for them, are the ones defiling them. I was in one of the polytechnics, the hostel, the female hostel in the Southwest. I was waiting to see, I wanted to see a 21-year-old girl, 20 or 21. They said that her uncle sent his friend to give her something, and she was delayed. When she came, I said, I'm sorry, Madam BC. I said, why? He said, don't mind my uncle's friend. He's trying to toast me. I said, don't give in to him. She just smiled. He said, he's a small boy. I said, how old are you? Say 20, 21. How old is your uncle's friend? Say 48. A 20, 21-year-old is calling a 48-year-old a small boy. I said, why? He said, I want Baba Yemuman like 60 years and above. They are the ones that know how to take care of small girls like us, have good sex with us, and give us money. 2021, calling a 48-year-old small boy. Where are we heading to in Nigeria? We need to rise up. We need to rise up to our responsibilities. We need to be vigilant. Have the eyes of an hawk, the ears of a rabbit. Don't take anything for granted. When you see compulsive eating disorders, some children after they've been molested, they're even so young, they don't understand what happened to them. But as they're growing older, they remember, oh, this uncle that used to put his hand in my private part, that used to show me pornography. And you say he's a foodie. You see a hormonal imbalance. You see a 12-year-old girl. Instead of growing tall, is growing fat with full-grown breasts like a woman, a married woman that has had children. Insomnia, ulcer. And the medical evidence has shown that if you do the CT scan of a brain that is protected, of a child that is protected, and the child that is not protected, the brain cells of that child that is not protected does not develop. A 30-year-old girl was brought to me one day. We have a calming room in our office. We told her, go and sit in the section for teenagers. She said no, she wants to sit where toddlers are. She was hugging the teddy bear and Winnie the Pooh. I called her psychologist, said, Mrs. Ajayi, leave her alone. And she said the abuse occurred when she was 7. So what you have is a 7-year-old in the body of a 13-year-old. You see a 12-year-old still sucking the finger. You see bedwetting. A child that's not bedwetting, all of a sudden bedwetting, wet dreams. Alcohol use, risky lifestyle. When I talk about alcohol, not just cocaine, they'll tell you, Mofa gum, Colos, Tramadol. You see a teenage boy, a teenage girl will just enter the pharmacy, buy 2-3 bottles of cough syrup that has codeine, drown so that they can sleep. The trauma is too much for them. You see some teenage boys driving recklessly as if they're ready to commit suicide, suicidal addiction, poor academic performance. We see extreme and sporadic bouts of hunger. Little things, they're always on the defense because they've been misunderstood, they've been misconstrued, they don't have who to talk to. Let us rise up to our responsibilities. If you're not started talking to your children and they are at the teenage level, we need to buckle up because their minds are already made up. They even see what we do not even see. They see what we do not see. So please, as parents and caregivers, let us receive professional training on child protection. There's what is called digital empathy. Your child is busy studying, doing the research for homework or for the school assignment, and a pornographic site drops in. He or she is ashamed, does not even know how to tell you. So, and you find out, what do? Do you shout on that child? Why don't you tell the child, I'm sorry this happened to you? We will help you. Let's come at Checheyara. We offer free counseling for both families, parents, and for the children. They tell us some things they cannot tell their parents. They tell us things they cannot tell their teachers. I was shocked one day when I learned that in public schools where they have unisex toilets, the boys will go in with daggers and point it at the girls. Swear, whatever I'm going to do to you today, you will not tell your parents, you will not tell the teacher, and have sex with them in the restroom like that, uncontrolled atmosphere. Let them know the reality. It's not never too early or too late to talk to them about sex. Let's not put up a holier than thou attitude. And let's treat a child you don't treat with respect and dignity, will not confide in you. Some of us believe so far you are putting money down. No, they need your presence more than your presence. Speak to them, ask about their friends. Who are their friends? You can even form support groups in the different estates where you live. Artisans, do background checks before you engage a driver, before you engage a nanny. Where is she coming from? What's the point of reference? Lagos State government has a sex offenders register. Go and conduct your searches before you employ that driver. Or the bricklayer is coming to school, the electrician is coming to fix something. Set the boundaries. Teach your children to be vocal. We teach children the PANTS rules. PANTS. Private are private. P. A. Always remember your body belongs to you. N. No miss no. T. Talk about secrets that upset you. There's nothing like family secrets, especially mothers. Is it because of you, your father will go to prison, your uncle, your brother, your grandfather will go to prison? We've seen grandfathers defiling children. Those are the things we need to know. We need to demystify sex. When you treat it like something sacred, then you arouse their curiosity. They want to try it on one another. And when you discover your child has poor interpersonal relationship skills, you can call us for counseling. There is peer group pressure. They say your mother is telling you not to have sex. Your mother is old-fashioned. Let them feel free to come and tell you. Let them know they can stand alone in righteousness, in morality. They don't have to be corrupted by the virus of child sexual abuse. Let them know the different body parts. As a guy, you will grow up, you will develop. Let them know it's natural to have attraction towards the opposite sex. You must not fall for that temptation. Otherwise, you'll face the consequences for your entire life. Now, how do I respond responsibly if I discover I know an abuse? Please don't wait for it to occur. Even if you have your suspicions, a neighborhood called us one day that this girl is always crying in the night. That is stop. And the man would lie that I was beating her. And when we probed further, the mother had died. They're living in one room. A 53-year-old man, you are sleeping on the same bed with your 15, 16-year-old daughter. And medical evidence showed the girl has been defiled. So where are we heading to? There's what is called risk and assessment. Risk and assessment of the living conditions of a child. If a teacher is a bully or a lesson teacher is a bully, you need to stop that contract so that your child will not be psychologically damaged. And pedophiles always go for children with low self-esteem. And they know this one, they're always insulting and the parents don't treat her with respect and dignity. They have their way and they have the way of knowing a child that has been sexually abused. If you put 5 children and a pedophile is in a midst, and 2 of those children are be the farm, he gets the radar, he gets the signal immediately. He gets attracted to that child. And that's why you see the children, by the time they grow up, they're addicted to sex. In my former office where we used to rescue all the girls deported from Italy, and you are speaking to them, you're from a good family, money is not your problem. Why is it that you're into prostitution? A lawyer, you're the one talking like this. When uncle was defiling me, daddy's friend was doing this, they did not say anything, and they did not pay me. They did not do anything to the man. But these ones in Italy, they're paying for what they are doing to you. So what do you say to such a child? I've seen young ladies that responsible men want to marry them, and they say, I don't want to marry because I know I can never be faithful to a man. I'm used to group sex, 3-some, 4-some, because I was abused as a child. My brother would bring in men to sleep with me. Same with some guys. That's why you see it even affects marriages. Men who were not protected, who were abused, subjected to verbal, psychological, and physical abuse, they're always harsh on their wives. They don't know how to show love. Same for women. We need to stop this problem child sexual abuse is a multi-headed dragon. You cut off one head, they are devising another strategy. You have 3 children, somebody is taking interest, buying gifts to lure your child. So if a child is closest to you, don't react vehemently, please. I know it's not easy. Those of us in the field, you hear some cases, you just take a deep breath. You want to talk, your lips will move, you don't know what to say. Tell the child, I'm sorry this happened to you. Empathize with the child. Otherwise, the child will not give you the full details. And don't question a child before many people. Okay, talk now. How many people did he do? How did he sex you? I know. Call the child in privacy. Say, I appreciate you for telling me. I appreciate you for telling me. But I cannot keep this to myself. Tell the child that we help you. And don't go and confront the perpetrator. A lot of cases have been contaminated. Evidences have been destroyed because you alerted the perpetrator. Hey, I will report you to the police. No. You can report to us 0800 800 801. You can report to us. Let's know that we will get the police for you. We still have good police officers. I can tell you often in this Lagos state that are child focused. We have social welfare officers that are child focused, that have passion for children. Then you need to explain to the child. First and foremost, I need to get you to see a doctor. Please, if a child is abused, don't go to the normal private hospital. Go to a SAC, Sexual Assault Referral Center. At Chechera, we have a medical clinic on site and the services are free. It's a medical legal approach with a medical report stand the scrutiny of the court. You either go to a general hospital, a primary, we have about 300 primary healthcare centers in Lagos State, with 37 of them designated for sexual assault referral centers. You will call us. We support logistics to procure medical treatment. Then you tell the child, we need to see a child psychologist. Our psychosocial services are free. We can do it online, but we strongly suggest you do the first on-site, where we do the intake and assessment. You help the child to get healed and adjusted to living a normal post-abusive life. We also counsel the parents. Because let me tell you, a child or a parent that have experienced abuse, you are like a bomb. You can't predict what else you will do. And exposure to trauma causes brain damage. You can ask any psychiatrist or any doctor. Because what happens is that the brain switches from doing the normal to survival mode. It's just like when your phone is on a flight mode. No calls coming in, none going out. We need to be red alert for the sake of our children. A lot of destinies have been hampered and destroyed because of child sexual abuse. And you need social welfare services if you need to relocate the child from the offending environment. Because oftentimes what happens, they'll be blaming the child, threatening the child, if you talk, you will die, and tell them you are lying. And the child is confused. That's why you see a lot of child prostitution. The child will not see anything wrong. If the child is defied by a neighbor, and the parents will say, some will even say, go and apologize to the perpetrator. And they will say, Agbalagba. A child is complaining to you, I don't like the way the neighbor is squeezing my buttocks, touching. They said, how can you say that to somebody older than you? Go and report in Yoruba land. Agbalagba nje, kò sí nǹkan tó ń fàgbà ṣe ju kó fi rí ọmọ kékeré lọ. That proverb says that what elder, being an older person, the advantage you have is to maltreat a younger one, which is unacceptable to us. Children are human beings. They have their own fundamental human rights. And you need to know the rights of children. Right to protection, right to recreation, to education, to medical treatment, and rights to be heard. If you look at the child rights law, over 200 sections there, even the constitution, about the rights of children. If you sleep with a child, it's life imprisonment. I can tell you often. You touch a child inappropriately, a sexual assault by penetration, 3 to 7 years imprisonment. There's no hiding place for any for any perpetrator in Lagos State, not on our watch. Because once a child is abused, all your efforts in bringing up that child has turned to zero. You can imagine, I was shocked one day when a child was abused by a neighbor. The neighbor procured food abortion for the child. The parents did not know. By the time they brought the child to us, and we brought the child to the hospital, the doctor admitted to remove the womb of that child. Can you imagine the state of mind of the parents? I've seen 14, 15-year-old girls with their wombs perforated, fallopian tubes damaged, because of unsafe abortion procured out of fear and out of ignorance. Doctors, endocrinologists will tell you when they say when men have low sperm count, they were abused, terrorized by the women that brought them up, molested, and the vicious cycle goes on. relocate that child, know how to do safety plans. I know there's some difficult cases. There was a lady that came to meet me. She discovered her son was molesting her niece, wanted to molest her niece. And the husband said, if you send this child away from this house, I'm going to divorce you. She went to report to her grandmother, her mother. And the grandmother devised a strategy. She pretended to have an accident. And she just said, my in-law, please, my house girl has gone. Allow this, my granddaughter, to come and stay with me for a while. That's how the girl was relocated. To create safety plans and know who to call. You need to call the police, you need a doctor, you need psychosocial services. Above all, we need to keep on talking to these children. We assure them of the highest esteem, that you care about them and you do anything for them. I was so happy about a teacher whose child was molested, and the evidence was contaminated before the case got to us. He said something that touched my heart. He said, Mrs. Ajayi Kayode, I thank you, I thank Techiara. Even though this case may not get to court, but I have satisfied my conscience that I fought for my daughter. When this girl grows up and starts asking questions, I will tell her the steps I took, how we involve the police, blah, 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 and all that. She will know at least I made an effort to protect her. That is a father, not an hireling. So we need to know what to do. Protecting our children online and on site. A single agency, a single person cannot protect them, because when you are not there, it's only when you are at home, the parents who can do that. When they are in school, it's the school that will be responsible. So on that note, I'll advocate that we continue to cooperate as a Parent Teachers Association forum to protect our children. Let's set policies in place in school. Thank you for your time. Don't forget that number, 0800 800 801. It's available. You want to speak Yoruba, you want to speak Hausa, you want to speak English for it. Thank you for your time.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much, Mrs. Ajayi Kayode. I'm certain if I leave the floor where we can go on, and a lot of cases to cite, a lot of examples to cite, and of course, in-depth experience and knowledge. Thank you very much. Dear parents, would now open the floor through the chats to take questions. Please post your questions so that we can take the questions for the next 10 minutes. So and then we close. Mr. Ajayi Kayode, I'd like to say a very big thank you. It's been great so far, and then it's been laden with a lot of information and knowledge. Thank you. So while you quickly grab a glass of water, would read out the questions as they come in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you have the first question, Mr. Ajayi Kayode. The participant says, good evening. Emphasis and assistance seem to be centered around Lagos State. What can parents who don't live in Lagos do, or where can they get help?
Okay, thank you for that. I think I don't know whether I think I mentioned it or I omitted it. We have a versatile network of partnerships all over Lagos State. Even there have been instances where the US police from Georgia, Atlanta had called us. We have partners, we have a physical presence in Lagos and Abuja, and we have strong partners all over the globe, all across the globe, even for children that are trafficked. In Benue State, in Edo State, we link up with our partners, the referral pathways there. And we know all these pedophiles, they are very smart. Some of them, when it occurs in Lagos State, especially for domestic servants, they will not traffic them outside Lagos State, thinking we'll lose trail of them. But we are not only partnership with the Nigerian Police Lagos State Command, the Federal Police too. So in Interpol department in Alago, we've seen children that went for summer, they fast forward their ticket to come back home so that they won't talk. No, we report to the embassy, UK embassy, the British High Commission. Even from the north, we have partners in Sokoto. We have in Kaduna. Kaduna State is another. All over the state, we look for government agencies there. We look for child-focused agencies in those departments for us to provide the necessary intervention.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Someone says we should please share the phone number via chats. Could you call the number again so we'll just put it in the chat room?
0800.
Okay.
Another 800.
Okay.
Another 800. 1.
Okay.
You type 0800 3 times, then 1.
Awesome. That's in the chat room now. Thank you very much. Okay, someone is asking for the presentation slide. The presentation slides are intellectual properties. They cannot
But
be
you can go
shared.
to the website www.ceceyara.org. We have a lot of things there for you. You can follow us on Instagram, cc_yara, CECE_YARA. On Twitter at CECE_YARA. Our LinkedIn profile, Facebook, the Checheyara Child Advocacy Center. You can't miss us. And if you want to volunteer with us with your expertise, if you want to support us with donations, we have a shelter where we keep children, because at times we need to withdraw these children. Some we even rescue them with only the clothes they are wearing on, nothing. And some we have to support them with educational advocacy, especially orphans. Before we trace their families in the village or outside Lagos State, then we do all this awareness prevention. I told you about our Safe Kids awareness prevention programs. Because if we are only talking to you, the parents, we are standing on one leg. We're only talking to the teachers, we are standing on one leg. We need to talk to the children too, to know their fears and their concerns. And we teach the children about the concept of trusted adults. Normally, parents, caregivers should be the trusted adults. So we need to let them know how to react if this person that is supposed to take care of you is the one trying to molest you. I told them in Victoria Island School yesterday, when a 5-year-old came to meet me, he said, excuse me, ma'am, you are talking about safe and unsafe touches. What of safe and unsafe looks? I thought I was the expert. I said, my dear, please tell me more. She said, I don't like the way my father's driver looks at me. I said, how does he look at you? Say he looks at me seductively. It's as if he's using his eyes to undress me. He'll be peeping at me when I'm in the toilet or when he knows I'm having my bath. I quickly called the organizers of the program. Please tell them to get rid of that driver. So we teach them about case reporting, and we use age-appropriate and developmentally sensitive language. For younger children in primary school, we don't use the word sex. We touch is safe and unsafe touches, safe and unsafe contact. We teach them about body boundaries. We have an animated video cartoon licensed to us from Asia, Childline Asia, that we use. And our curriculum, NSPD, is licensed to us from NSPDC in the UK. And our adult awareness prevention training is modeled after that of Darkness to Light in Rochester, New York. So you can see we are all over the place. Culturally competent and at the cutting edge of best practices.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the next question, well, it's a comment. Thank you so much for this information. For the children, please let the school organize or continue to organize this kind of talk for the children as well. Thank you, parents. We will continue to organize such sessions for our children. We'll also get in experts to talk to them. As some of you might have been aware, for the
We
year
have
12
videos
students,
we show
current year 12
children.
students. Okay.
Checheyara succeeded in producing a documentary video of true life stories. In the words of the survivors, but acted out by actors. It will show you what happens, both male and female children, and how we can go about it. How, even in your neighborhood, Landlord and Tenants Association, if you want us to come there to talk to the Landlord and Tenants Association, is there, you will know what is going on in your vicinity. It was during the COVID-19 lockdown that a lot of parents went into shock when they discovered their children have been taken to uncompleted buildings in some estates and are being molested by other children. Child-to-child molestation is on the increase. We do well to be vigilant. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we would also continue to work with you, please, Dr. Mrs. Ajayi Kayode. I'll get in touch with you so that we can also work out some sessions for the children. I really hope you oblige, please. I know you have a very busy
Okay, yeah,
schedule,
yeah.
but let's work out something. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
thank you
you.
very much. I was also mentioning parents for year 12 children, year 12 students. I'm sure the students would have told you when they resumed in school, we had emotional counseling sessions for them, experts, child psychologists coming in to speak with them, and even donated books that they can read and make good use of. Okay, another comment says, what has CSS been doing to ensure students don't abuse students and also to make them speak up when abused? Of course, you know that we have all our whistleblowing platforms and channels that students can use in cases of abuse and any other, even bullying and the others, right? There are different layers that have been set up in the school. And I think that the school is doing a whole lot more. And this session we have is part of our advancement on what we have been doing, right? And of course, you already know that the school policies are also there to guide all the actions that we do. There are actions and there are consequences, like Mr. Ajaikade has mentioned to us again and again here. We need to know that actions have consequences and the
Okay,
culprit should be made to face the consequences for their
please,
action.
I'd like to
So we
suggest
do this.
something here
Yes, please.
because my heart goes to the person that sent this question. Most schools,
Okay.
what we're doing these days, because I know DSB has trained some public schools, every school should have a reporting box platform. You see, we've discovered that most children, they are a bit apprehensive when you have some stereotypes. There should be a reporting box where children can make anonymized reports. There should be a school counselor in each school outlet with a private room where children can make disclosures. And there is what is called informed consent. You obtain the consent, get the informed consent for, let the child sign, and if he's too young to sign, before interviewing the child. And if you need to do audio recording, like forensic interview that we do in Checheyara, a digital recording of the child statement, which we have used to help Lagos State government. We are the ones that supported Lagos State government in this Baba Jesha's case and Dr. Lafemi Olaleye's case, where the digital recording of the child statement we took was played in court and got judgment. So if you need to do audio recording, and the school counselors should have a periodic training and retraining. And then there's what is called psychological first aid. We do online, I've told you we do online counseling. If your psychologist is not available, you can reach out to us at Chichiara. It's free. You can just do Zoom and talk to the child alone without anybody being there. You don't have to tell your mommy, blah, blah, blah. Do you want us to help you tell your mommy? Especially for children in boarding school. Because a child came up to me one day, she was panicking. Say, help me. I've told my parents to withdraw me from that school. I said, why? If I mention the name of a good school, he said the senior, an all-girls school. And the children are exposed to lesbianism, where the seniors force the younger ones to watch. Because each time I remember, I'm not able to concentrate in class. So they should have reporting platforms or private times which they can call. Because that's one thing my research is. So there should be specific times in a week where children can privately be in boarding school, call their parents. I feel bad about this. This person is looking at me like this, hugging me like this, and it's difficult to detect, especially in same-sex schools. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll continue to expand the options for reporting and confidence from the students. How do one guide against pornographic posts that pop up when children are using their laptop for assignments? I think we'll organize another session where we'll deal with this kind of topic and the safe use of the internet. We have experts in school who can actually handle all of this session. So we'll create that. Mr. Jaika, there's one last question here. Oh, okay, two more. Someone says, what is the pants rule?
The PANT rules is what we call in the curriculum we have for children. We for children ages 5 to 7, 8 to 11. My body belongs to me, and I have a right to say no. PANTS, PANTS, PANTS. My body belongs to me. P, privates are private. A, always remember your body belongs to you. N, no means no. C, talk about secrets that upset you. Hey, speak up, somebody can help. And for each school, we teach them the pant rules. We have a banner, a roll-up banner that we put in the school, wherever the school was, so that the children will remember. Then we have workbooks we give lower, younger children, like 5-year-old, so that they know the pant rules. But for teenagers, it's an interactive session. It's an interactive, we show them videos, we ask them questions, we sit with them, we have breakout sessions for them, we hear from them. We hear from them because they have concerns about how their parents are treating them. Some have concerns about maybe one or two things going on in the school they don't understand. They believe they are big guys. They don't understand why they should be in a regulated environment. So we sit them down, we let them know, and this issue of sexuality. Say, my mommy is telling me homosexuality is bad, but my group leader in church is gay. Things they're afraid to speak out. I always have wet dreams. Since that day I watched that pornography video, I feel like masturbating. I need to stop. I need help. We even receive mails. So exercising parental control and all that. So in another forum we can discuss this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jai. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have exhausted the questions in the chat room and we'd like to keep to time. We will continue to expand opportunities for partnerships so that we can achieve a whole lot more
You can send us
with our
emails
children
at
in terms of child protection and safeguarding for today's world.
info at
Thank you.
cciyara.org. Let me see. Okay.
Their parents, we can take down the email info@cciyara.org.
I'm trying to put it in the chat. I've sent it to you. Can you see it?
Yes, I'll just put it in the chat.
info@cciyara.org.
Okay, it's in the chat now.
If you have further questions, if you're a professional, you want to support us, maybe I don't know, whichever way, want to donate, you can do a one-off donation, whatever. You want to donate foodstuffs, children's toys, children furniture, whatever, to to marginalized children and all that. And if you have your platforms, maybe you are working in the migrations. We have children that are trafficked. Some of them, they've changed their names over and over again. They don't even know how to get back to their families. We have one or two that need surgery. So anyway, you are led to help us. You can donate quarterly. You can donate monthly. You can support our telecommunications platform. It's a toll-free number, but we pay. When people call us, we pay. If you want to support us with our operational costs, please feel free.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jai. I'm sure that we'll reach out to you so that, yes, we can continue the conversation offline. Dear parents, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you for joining. Once again, we apologize to those who are not able to join the Zoom link, who had to use the YouTube link. Technology sometimes will pose its own challenges. We had to, Mrs. Ajaika has been online since a few minutes past 5, but we're trying to resolve all the technological issues and until the meeting started. I'm sure at some point all of us were under a little pressure. But we thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for agreeing that we should move the meeting to Zoom so that we can do the work. I sincerely appreciate your time. Please enjoy the rest of your evening and have a very beautiful night rest. Mr. Jakade,
thank you, everyone.
So much. I'll give you a call.
Thank you.
We'll speak offline.
Thank you, Prince.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Fantastic.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
Good one.
You're not wasting your time.